Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the Mac, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another sort of short video here, just giving heads up to a great demo that you can get on the John Titor software site there. It's Panzer Campaign's Mius 43. Just want to make people aware that you can actually download a pretty big Panzer Campaign game, sort of, and a very interesting aspect it's covering as well, for free if you are intrigued and want to try out the past campaigns. This is a great title to do so, actually. Past campaigns Myers 43 there. If you go into the John Tiller site there, it's under demos, and as I have also showcased, you'll find the Panzer Battles demo there, and you have the Panzer Campaigns Myers. And it's a gold edition as well, and they made with the latest updates of the zoom level and the graphical updates and so on. So get that cracking, good stuff. Right, let's see. Okay, so yeah, a couple of there's not much in the folder as you install it. Actually, there's only a few PDF files and stuff in it, and the ones that are maybe the most important ones is one called Guide. This is great for people who just started out and want to dive into the Panzer campaigns here. It's tells you a lot. I mean, basically what strategy games are and how to play them, what kind of different games there are, and explaining hot seats and PBMs and stuff if you don't have no idea what that means, and different strategies, how to play them, and it also, I mean, it relates to the game, of course, so you can basically follow this as well while you're playing to immerse yourself deeper into the game. There tells you about a very important aspect, mines. Yeah, that is a pain in the ass, and basically guides how to shift your units, move them, work systematically while you're playing. It's the best usually to move in coherence with the formations and plan your moves and artillery strikes to be successful, basically. So, and they have a couple of examples here of the, if you're playing with the Russians, first moves here to give you an idea how to play and stuff. And it goes into air and the Germans, if you want to play them, the assaults. So good guide here. Just and this is just a guide. I mean, this is not the actual getting started that usually counts. It's just a good old guide that brings it all together there. They got notes, a notes file as well. These are always included in the titles, and these are always very well written to give you a good introduction to the current title you're playing. What the history is, what the hell's going on, who's fighting what theater it is. Really good stuff, this. So, Panzer Campaigns Myus 43, it was basically as it says, it was a German fortified line called the Myus line, basically. And it was in the southern part there of the operations center there, close. It's where the Sixth Army advanced to Stalingrad, basically, that area. And they got annihilated, as we all know, in Stalingrad massacre and the total mayhem of Stalingrad. And the army, General Polo's Sixth Army was captured, basically. They had surrendered there. They were surrounded, and no relief force actually made it to get them out, and they were like stubborn, standing on Hitler's orders to defend the last man and bullet, which was their doomfall, basically their downfall. And so this is actually taking part in 1943. Of course, this is called Myus 43, but it picks up from the blunder. I mean, from the mistakes the Germans made and all the setbacks there. So as it says here, the winter 42-43 was pretty bad for the Axis there. It was after Stalingrad and the surrender there. And the Russians actually were planning their counterattacks, their grand strategy of counterattacking the Germans there with their fresh troops, all the massive reserves. So it's kind of cool text here. You can pause it and read it. It sort of links together some of the Panzer campaign titles there, like Stalingrad 42 and Kharkov 43 there. So it's pretty cool. And then you have Kursk and Sicily 43 there. So this actual action is taking place just a few days after the misfortune of Kursk, basically, that last-ditch effort to smash into that well-prepared Russian defenses, sort of a meat grinder there, and the Germans lost that and they had to withdraw and stabilize the line. So this is actually taking part as a Russian attack then around the Mius line there. So. And their Germans were really hardly pressed. They lost Africa, and now the Allies were invading Sicily as well. So, I mean, it was all going tits up there. All right, so here's a map. This is the Mius line here, the big fortified line there. This battle, this demo is actually covering this whole front here, which is pretty cool. You get to play this whole sector here of the Russian attack and the German desperate defense there. So it's pretty cool that they've made a demo like this, so you could try out a pretty big operation there. So it tells you the story here about what happened, how the battle progressed over the days there. I think it started the 17th there, and it was sort of 26, I think. It was lasting for something like, or maybe it started the 16th, I'm not sure. But it was lasting for like 6-7 days. And then it just ground to a stalemate, basically. Both sides had exhausted themselves, and there were massive casualties on both sides. The Germans had like hardly any reserves. They just threw in whatever they had, and a couple of... they were so outnumbered. It was ridiculous in tanks and artillery and manpower, but they held on, man. In this particular, and then I think the month after, the Russians actually launched another major assault, and that was just too much for the Germans there. That's when they broke through the Mius line. But during this battle, the Germans actually held the line, which is pretty cool, against all odds there. So it tells you the story here. Can we have a read here? You can just download this game and have a read yourself there. And it goes into more about the Panzer campaigns, and here are some of the titles there. So good documentation there. The notes, always good stuff there. In the folder you have also the classic Getting Started. This is actually written and meant for you to play this. The Getting Started one here, 9 turn, to learn the game basically. So this is a really good guide to go through as well, while you're having like a read in the guide as well. This will give you even more aspects of the game if you haven't played them before and you're curious, want to try it out. It's really good, really well written Getting Started here, and the guide too. So. Very easy to follow, and so yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty extensive here actually. So it goes all the way down here to the finish it yourself basically. Also, of course, you do get the updated Panzer Campaigns user manual, which is a masterpiece in itself. It's well written. It tells you everything about the game there. I think I've gone through this before in other, but yeah, you know the deal. So. That's what you get, basically. So getting back into the game here, you basically get a complete campaign, actually, as a demo, which is great. It's not that... The only thing is, it's in many of the other Panzer campaigns, it's also covering like a major theater of operation, a major attack or a major operation. And what you do get with those titles are usually a lot of smaller scenarios, sort of breaking that big campaign down into smaller sections. I mean, not everybody wants to sit down and play a 500 turn battle. I mean, you want to maybe, I just want to see what happened in the 16th Panzer Division. What did they do? And or I want to just play something around a certain town or a village or a smaller part and see, and just focus on that piece of action there. That you cannot do in this title. There's only two. There is the big Mius campaign. It's a whopping 66 turns, so we'll keep you occupied for quite a while there. And yeah, so it started the 7th of July there, the Mius River area there. So it's a few days after the opening of the German attack on Kursk, the Soviets began preparation to attack a heavily fortified Mius line. The Mius River flows through the Ukraine in the area of Rostov, where it empties in the Sea of Azov. Here, after the failure of the Kursk offensive, the Soviets are ready to attack this heavily fortified sector of the Mius line. The goal of the operation was to threaten Stalino. It was like a town further back there. The sector selected for the attack was 25 miles long and defended by the new 6th Army. Yeah, so the Hitler raised a whole new 6th Army, which was nowhere near as powerful as the old 6th Army. It was like a faded shadow out of that mighty army that was destroyed in Stalingrad there. So the plan was to break the front line with the 5th Shock and 28th Armies, and then to exploit any success with the 2nd Guard Army that was standing by at the ready. So the Shock Army and the 28th were sort of smashing through the defenses there, and then the 2nd Guard Army was going to exploit that breakthrough and just go into the rear of the Germans and cause havoc, basically. The Germans historically held the line through July 23rd, when both sides, exhausted from the battle, suspended the action there. So, and it tells you what rules to be recommended, and these are the rules there. So it's good. It's good stuff. There's actually a second version as well that's included in this demo, and this was because I think at the 27th. Yeah, around the 27th there, the 2nd SS Panzer Division, Panzer Corps, actually 2nd SS Panzer Corps, arrived and was going to stabilize the sector there and reinforce it, basically. And they came there and saw the carnage, and it was like, what the hell? So this scenario of this campaign here's 66, the same battle basically, but it's just that the scenario examines the effect that an early arrival of the SS divisions would have had in the battle. So that's a cool twist. What if they had arrived earlier, and would they have made a big impact there? They probably would. I mean, they probably would have made a big difference there. So that's what you get. So let's fire it up here. I mean, the standard campaign there. Let's put on manuals so you can see all the stuff here. So here we are. Air units are available there. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to be playing this demo actually. I'm just going to showcase it, and you guys can just download it yourself and have a blast with it. But this is what it covers. It's pretty big. I mean, I can zoom out and you can see the grand scale of this, man. So this is the sector that you're playing, and you are commanding either the Germans or the Ruskies. And what's good here is that you have the zoom in 2D, this crisp zoom in here. And of course you have the 3D as well. Takes a while to get used to this. If you're used to playing in 2D, it will just look really messy. But what's good about the 3D zoom in view is that the elevations are very clear. I mean, you can see them quite easily compared to this. Maybe it's harder. Yeah. So I mean, you can see the stuff here. The Russians had was nuts. Look at all this stuff here, and they probably have even more coming in here. Let's have a look at scheduled stuff. What are we? Are we on the? Look at all this. Yeah. So the Germans. Yeah. No. So it's everything here basically. Yeah. So the Germans will get reinforcements. I mean, the first day they'll only get a Panzerjäger Abteilung coming down here. And then the morning of the 18th, there's some reinforcements coming in there, 4 o'clock, and at noon, at 2 o'clock, and lots around 2 o'clock. I mean, even the Russians are getting stuff, I think. Yeah. Mostly Axis reinforcements there. And the Russians even are getting their... the guards are arriving there on the 19th. Mechanized brigades, 4th Guards. Yeah, so this is what you're going to get for the whole battle there. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, so you have the 264th Infantry Division holding the line here. What's in the north here? Yeah, the 306 holding this. And I think the Germans are actually broken down into companies as well. Yeah, it's only 190 men here. Yeah, they're broken down into companies here, where the Russians are probably battalions. Yeah. So this is definitely a big challenge for the German player to hold this this mighty onslaught here. But the Russians are going to take horrendous casualties as well. But you do have the manpower. Just throw, you smash them in there, and they will eventually get through. But this is definitely this would be fun to play. Actually, I haven't actually played this. I mean, I've just sort of played around with it, but I haven't actually played this. But it would be fun to try it out as the Germans trying to hold back this Red Tide. Some Panzer reserves in the back here. What do you got? We got 16th Panzer Division there. Yeah, the Panzer 3Gs, 3J there, and the Panzer 4Gs. So Panzer 3s, man. You have those Martyrs. The Panzer Grenadiers are morale B, so they're pretty badass. Another Panzer regiment down here. You have some Aufleckers there, some reconnaissance troops. So not a lot. Here you have General Hollet, who's the man in charge of the sector. Fusiliers. What else you got here? 336 Infantry Division south here. So you can tell the German quality is lower now. Usually pre-42 they're all, some A, B, and some rare divisions are in C mode, but morale C. But now, like, the standard is C for the Germans here, so only the crack units, like, yeah, these guys here, they're pretty good. Do you have trenches and bunkers at your disposal here? Russians are still mediocre. They rely upon manpower than skill, I guess. Morale D there. 151st Rifle Division there. 130th in the south. Guards should be okay, I guess. Oh, they got morale. They're about an equal to the Germans now. Morale C there. Big battalions here. Guards Mechanized Corps there. Headquarters front. Here's one that's actually released early. The 4th Guards Mechanized Corps. 33 T-34s there. Wow, yeah. They were, there's so many tanks, so much armor for the Russians here. It's nuts. Yeah, so this is what it looks like, man. So just want to give a heads up on this. Good game. I mean, good demo to download and give it a try on the Panzer campaigns there if you haven't, want to try it out first before you buy a copy there. So that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show. I just want to give a heads up and shout out for this great demo. That's I don't think many people know. I mean, realize that there actually are a pretty complete title to download and play for free. So get it, man. Right, that's it. So I'm going to end the video here and move on to other stuff. But just want to do that, a little short introduction, and show this great demo here. So, all right, have a good one, and see you later.